The Dark Side of a Queen, The Secrets of Victoria I. Did you know that one of the most influential figures in modern history hid dark secrets, even about her own family? Queen of England and Empress of India, Victoria I not only led her country into a new industrial era, but also left an indelible mark on politics, culture, and scandals. In this episode of Endless History, we will unveil the controversies that don't appear in history books. Are you ready? Subscribe and join us on this fascinating journey. When Queen Victoria is mentioned, many think of the Victorian era symbolizing progress, modesty, and strict morals. However, the public figure that the world revered concealed a deeply human and in many cases controversial side. Victoria was no ordinary woman. During her reign, Britain became the first industrial empire on the planet, extending its influence across all continents. But this glory came at a cost. From the Great Irish Famine to colonial exploitation, her rule left behind an ambiguous legacy. The Queen and her relationship with food. Victoria had a complex relationship with food, marked by an insatiable appetite. Her waist reached 115 centimeters, and her doctors unsuccessfully attempted to moderate her eating habits. The Queen ate quickly and in large quantities. During royal banquets, she would finish 5 courses in under half an hour, forcing her guests to keep up. Even in her bedroom, her servants brought her late-night snacks to ease her stomach pains, which often led to insomnia. Her personal physician, Dr. Reed, tried to restrict her diet, but Victoria rebelled by secretly ordering more food. Her voracious appetite reflected a deeper issue, an insatiable desire to fill emotional voids. A family life marked by control. Victoria and her husband, Prince Albert, were an iconic couple, but her relationship with their children was far from ideal. The Queen despised pregnancy, feared dying in childbirth, and suffered from postpartum depression. She considered her own children ugly and was particularly cold toward her eldest son, Edward VII, whom she barely paid attention to. Her obsession with control reached extreme levels. She supervised her children's lives down to intimate details, such as her daughters-in-law's menstrual cycles. Her youngest daughter, Beatrice, suffered the harshest control. Victoria demanded she remain single until her death. When she finally allowed Beatrice to marry, she imposed the condition that she live under her roof. The forbidden romance with Abdul Karim. After Albert's death, Victoria found solace in Abdul Karim, a young Indian servant. Their relationship caused an uproar at court. Although he was officially her secretary, many believed there was a deeper bond between them. Karim introduced curry to the royal menu and accompanied her on all her tours, earning the disdain of palace staff. When Karim fell seriously ill, Victoria was devastated. She wrote passionate letters describing him as the best, the most loyal, and the most beloved. After the Queen's death, Edward VII tried to erase all traces of their relationship, burning their correspondence. However, some letters survived, revealing Victoria's deep affection for him. The human cost of progress. While Victoria enjoyed banquets at Buckingham, Ireland faced one of its greatest tragedies, the Great Potato Famine, 1845 to 1849. Millions died or emigrated while the monarchy remained distant. Instead of acting, the Queen and her government implemented ineffective policies that worsened the suffering. Even within her own country, working conditions were deplorable. Faced with worker protests, the Victorian government responded with repression rather than reform. Women, in particular, suffered under the era's strict social norms, denied the right to vote or access to higher education. Their role was confined to the domestic sphere. an ambivalent figure. Victoria I is remembered as a queen who transformed her country, but also as a figure marked by control, obsession, and personal conflicts. Her legacy includes both industrial advances and the wounds left by an empire that expanded at the expense of other nations. By looking beyond the myth, we find a complex woman, caught between the weight of the crown and her own human limitations. What do you think about Queen Victoria's secrets? Was she an admirable leader or a controversial figure? Leave us a comment, subscribe, and join us in the next episode of Endless History. See you next time.